So this morning I am in San Miniato with Rebecca. So
hello,
double
Rebecca and Rebecca.
Yeah. And we're here in her studio, and we're going to be looking at some iris flowers that I have asked Rebecca to make for a beautiful framed, well, I would call it a painting, but it's not because there's no paint. What do you call it?
I don't know, a flower frame.
Flower frame for Campo Sasso. So we're going to have a look at that and learn about Rebecca's art.
Oh, okay. I already have several flowers made, but iris flowers I usually don't make, so this is a special request that I'm doing for you. And some of the first ones came out, gave me really good results, and now I will show you how I cut the flowers. I just kind of draw the flower actually onto the glass, and then I cut it out from here. I don't use models because, well, they all come different like this, and then it takes more time to make a model anyhow. So this just gives me an idea of where I'm going to be cutting. And not all glass cuts in the same way. This is a glass that's smooth and usually gives a good result on the first time. I'm trying to put it as close to the border so perhaps I can get another piece out here on the side. And then I start to take out the cut. Oh, see what nice clean breaks. And this one is kind of a complicated break here. Let's see if I'll be lucky. Yay! Snip out some of the pieces. And this is a color of glass that's almost impossible to find. You just don't see much pink or purple in glass because the colors are really expensive to produce, and so they're always becoming more difficult to find material for glass. Unfortunately, after COVID, things have changed quite a bit for anyone that uses energy. Okay. I save all of my little pieces of glass. We never throw anything away. All the smaller pieces, we find some way that we turn it into powder or we cut it up again. And I just kind of do these. I don't really necessarily look at exactly how the flower is, but things that kind of recall the details of the flowers. I like them all to be a little bit different, one from the other. Then you put them together, but when you put them in the oven, you actually never know exactly what's going to come out. It's always a surprise.
How long is the actual cooking oven?
It depends on how thick they are. These are fairly thin, so it takes about, well, it's a full day process by the time that they go up and they anneal, and then we can take them out of the kiln. If it were a really thick piece, perhaps it would have to stay in the kiln for 5 or 6 days.
Oh, wow.
So, no, it was all just kind of happened by chance. You know, I really wanted to study fine arts, but kind of made a compromise and finished my degree. I came over on study abroad here. And one day we found a bunch of glass, and that kind of threw us in the field of glass. And as a hobby, it just kept on evolving, and here we are today. So yeah, we're basically self-taught. My husband studied to be a pilot, and I have my degree in a completely other field, but our passion keeps us here where we're at. Okay, so at this point, I need to clean the pieces off a little bit because the lighter fluid makes the glass dirty. So I'm going to wipe it off a little bit. And then put a little bit of an overglaze on it, which kind of helps the pieces to melt and keep a smooth aspect. So, to use the energy wisely, I try to fill the kiln up always when I work. And I have to think about the types of glass because each type of glass melts at a different temperature. So today I've looked at pieces that are all going to be going around 780 degrees. You know, I want them all to have the same sort of aspect when they're finished. And so I've combined several different types of projects together. And kind of unites all of those empty spaces, making it stronger when it is melted together later.
Oh.
There we go. It's almost like angel hair pasta. I need to chop a few pieces. As long as I can see, I can still do this. And so now we collect some of these pieces here. Throw that one away. Then I'll have to put a few more on there. So this is how our glass is. Basically, we get it in sheets as new material. And so I've got to cut out a piece of it. And this actually, when the color matures, this is a deep red. And so it's really important for me to keep all of my glass scraps separated, because if I don't know that this is an amber or yellow or red, then I get a surprise when it comes out of the oven. So I like to keep all of my families and colors of glass in their proper positions. So I'm going to start off by taking a little smaller piece off to work with. Let's see here. I can. And so from here, then this is another type of flower that we do. Say if I would have to have a shape that stays precisely round, I try to cut out the shape as precise as possible. And snip off kind of the irregularities. Then I just snip these up into these, shapes, and I go through and pick out the ones that fit. It's a lot of work, like I said, they're symbolic prices, and that's mostly thanks to all of the passion that we have, that we love to do what we do. We don't do it for of course you do it for money because you have to have money, but I could do a lot of things for money, and this gives me satisfaction, which is something that you just can't buy. So at this point here, we're at a good point. So let's move on to looking at your frame. Up here, we've got a few. See, so we've got a few in here. We've got another deposit where we keep all of this stuff, but this is the one that perhaps we were thinking would work best for you. And this is really nice with the divisions because they make the best compositions. This one as well. This one was a shutter, and this one was a window. You can tell the shutters are a little bit thinner, but I just love when they have all of the original components on them. You know, they're special pieces. So let's go down here and see what kind of flowers might work nice in this. So here I've got kind of an assortment of lots of the flowers that we make, because when you see them all together, it really is overwhelming, and it's really difficult to decide. But what I was thinking was the idea of kind of like wildflowers with a few of these iris flowers that you say that grow near your location. And so what I was thinking was to start off with a couple of irises on each side, and then a few as well here in the middle. So to kind of give the idea of how it will be. Then I'm going to, glasses, here they go. So these still need to be finished, but these are kind of like the buds as well that I think would be really cute. Mixed in. And then with these colors here, I really like the contrast with red. And this color here I think would be really nice. And then, you know, we could make these that are kind of simple with just a single row of flowers, or really full, starting from short to tall, 3 layers, so it looks like it's just a segment of a wildflower explosion. And that's kind of the effect that I like. Yeah. Really full. We have certain flowers made so that they provide less of a flat experience, and they give more dimension as well. I would probably use a couple of these. Some of these as well that have the shades. See, I really like when there's more than one color. And so what I do is just kind of put everything in, and then I, let my client say, do you like pink? Do you want more orange? What can I take out? What can I put back in? And we work together to get the arrangement. So usually, somebody gives me a little bit of an idea. I put it all together. I assemble it, and then, I let the client see if there's anything to switch around. I've got to wait for the other iris flowers to come out tomorrow. But these will be starting up here. So some are moving out of the frame, some are in.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I love that.
Okay, great. Yeah, I know, it's kind of confusing to see like this, but when it all starts coming together, it's easy to see what needs to be changed, what colors need to be added. This is kind of like a bright yellow. This one is nice too. So are you liking the idea of lots of different kinds of flowers in your piece? Okay, the more the merrier. And so, like I say, here you're seeing it like a floral confusion, but it will all come together. You'll see a lot of progress by the next time you see this, so great.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute, these. I can just stand here and look at all of this. Look at these. And this is what I saw and was inspired by. So let's go in. Hi, Rebecca. Thank you. I did, just down the road. Wow. I'm so excited.
So here it is. I think it
heavy?
not terribly, but yeah, it does. The frame is a good. I think it's cypress wood, so that makes it a little bit heavier from the beginning. But yeah, I really like all the different types of flowers that went in. I tried to do some little groups with the yellow that looks really nice with lilac and red. All the colors just kind of boom and stand out.
I love it. I can't wait to see that hanging on the wall of Campo Sasso.
Oh, and then I usually in almost all of my pieces, I always put a dandelion in somewhere because for me, it's something that kind of represents a continuation of dreams. You know, all of the times that people have made their wishes and blown it, and then those seeds start off somewhere else. So,
I love that.
yeah, I really like to include that in.
I absolutely love it, Rebecca. I think it's a masterpiece.
Oh, thank you. I really enjoyed making it.